So I don't like to make sneaker predictions because I'm usually wrong, but there's two pairs of sneakers that I thought people were going to be super hyped for, and they weren't. So hold on, I'll just show you. Okay, this first one is the Jordan, and a couple of years ago, if this shoe would have came out, it would have been crazy. Like, resale would have been crazy, people would have been all over it, but it comes out this year, and hardly anybody even pays attention to the shoe at all. The shoe I'm talking about is, I think this is a really good looking sneaker. Look at this color, like it's red, it pops. The little eyelets are red. They have like the metallic red there. It was just a really, what's the actual color? Hold on, what's the actual color? Does it say what the actual, gym red, and I thought people were gonna go crazy for these, and you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. They're still sitting on sneakers. And I don't want to say sitting like that's a bad connotation, like the shoe didn't sell. I'm sure some pairs of these did sell, but a couple of years ago, these would have sold out and it would have been absolute pandemonium for people trying to get pairs, but didn't happen with these. But there's another one too, and so this one, I'm a big fan of what Pharrell is doing with Adidas, as most of you guys probably already know. I've done a couple of unboxings here, but there was one colorway of the Hue NMD that I thought people were gonna be like, oh yes, I need to have those. That was not the case at all. This video is about a Christmas list for people, so this intro part right here is just because I'm frustrated and I thought people would like these sneakers and they didn't. I thought people would go crazy for of the Hue NMD. What's the official color? Hold on. Does it have the colors here? But I thought people were gonna go crazy for this colorway. Has the prime knit on the upper. Hue NMD is so good. Anyway, more importantly, let's get to this Christmas list. So as a sneaker guy, I get a lot of people asking me about Christmas lists and asking me what they should get their kids, or what they should get their boyfriend, or what they should get their girlfriend, or what they should get the sneakerhead in their life, basically. And my first thought is always, oh, we'll get them a pair of sneakers. Maybe you get them these. No? Okay, cool, no. Sneakers are expensive, especially for the ones that sneakerhead slash hypebeast, the ones that they really want. Those are usually in the, I would say, let's say two to up to maybe like $1,500 range. And that's a lot of money to spend on somebody if you don't have that kind of money. So what I thought, I was like, what I'll do is I'll put together a list of gifts that you can get a sneakerhead that I'm pretty sure they are going to love. So this is the Christmas list that sneakerheads will love, but it's not sneakers. All right, hold on, let's start with the first thing. Okay, first thing on my list is this. This is the drop front shoebox from the Container Store. Shoe boxes, they're made of cardboard, and depending on how many shoes they have, they can get crushed and they can collapse, but this takes care of all of that. Now, this has a drop front, which is the reason why they call it the drop front, ta-da. And it fits your shoes, I believe it fits up to a size 13, I believe it is. Now, when your shoes get bigger, the basketball shoes, you do have to maneuver how you put them in. So for instance, with this Kyrie, it doesn't just go in this way. You're going to kind of slide them into the side and then stand them up on the inside of the box, and it closes to keep the shoe clasped, and you can actually see what shoes are inside the box, which is amazing, especially if you have a ton of shoe boxes. And speaking of stacking, hold on just a second, let me grab a couple another pairs here. When you stack these together, it looks a lot nicer and it's a lot more stable. So here, you see, here's just 3, and I have stacks that are what, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 stacks high, 13 shoes high, and they stand up perfectly. So if this is something you want, they come in boxes of 1 as a single, or you can get them in a box of 6. I think a single one is $9 to $10, and if you want the pack of 6, those usually cost, I believe they are $50. They range. Sometimes they go on sale, so between $46 and like $54 if you want to get the pack of 6. I recommend getting the pack of 6 just because it looks a lot neater when you get them all together, as opposed to just having one. That's one thing. Let me put this away. All right, next on the list is something that I actually don't have anymore. I used to have a bunch of them, but I've used all of them, and they're sneaker balls. If there's someone in your life that wears sneakers and their feet do not necessarily smell the best, you can get these little sneaker balls, and what you do is you simply put them inside of your shoe, and they're like a deodorizer for their shoe. It makes their shoes smell a lot better. They're really, really dope. They're really, really good, and they're really inexpensive. You can get them over on Amazon. Lets them know that you're thinking outside the box a little bit and trying to get them something for their sneakerhead needs. Sneakerheads have a lot of needs. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so the next thing is super simple, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people think about. socks. So these are Stance socks, and they're from the Space Jam collection, and you don't need to get the Space Jam collection. I just like having funky socks, so I get the ones with the characters on them and all of the different colors. But that's just my personal interest. If you know you're a sneakerhead, or if you're a sneakerhead and you want to get a simple gift, get some socks. There's Stance socks. You don't have to get these. You can get Happy socks. You can get Nike socks. You can get the Nike Elite socks. Just depending on your character and how you want to express yourself. Socks are becoming a big part of how you style your kicks and how you style your shoes and how you style really your entire outfit. The socks can make a big difference, whether they're no-show socks or they're knee-high socks. It's all a part of the outfit. So, and try to get them something cool, like some striped socks that have different colors in them. They don't have to be like the basic socks. Yeah. There's options out there. So that's one, socks. Next on the list, gift cards. I know gift cards seem really impersonal sometimes, but for the sneakerhead today, sneakers are pretty expensive. Even like the Kyrie 5, the one that just came out, that one's like $130, I believe. And like the LeBron is $185, Ultra Boost are like $180. The Concord 11 that just released, those are $220. So if you want to get them something to kind of help them towards that sneaker goal, a lot of sneakerheads have goals as far as like sneakers that they want to get. They usually only have 1 or 2 pair, so they save up. So by getting them a gift card to Nike or to Adidas or to Foot Locker or to Finish Line or any of those stores, you kind of enable them to get that purchase a little earlier. So another one to think about outside of actual sneakers is getting them a gift card so they can get the sneakers that they actually want. Now, this one on the list is really more about the culture of sneakers. I feel like the culture of sneakers is changing, and instead of actually getting new sneakers, people are taking the sneakers that they have and they're updating them with colors. There's a really great YouTuber named David Got Kicks and my homeboy Sneakerhead in the Bay, and even Has Kicks. They do what they call a lot of customizations, is where they actually paint on their sneakers. There's a ton of different sets, but this one that you see right here is what came recommended to me. This customization kit is something that you can get someone like that you know likes to tinker around with their shoes and likes to kind of make their own designs on their shoe. This is a kit that you can get them to help them elevate their game and help them step things up. So go all out, hook them up with something like this. I'm sure they're going to appreciate it. All right, this next one is pretty easy, but I got to get something for it to work. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay there, guys. Stop looking at the background and how messy it is back there. But it's a really simple one. We spoke about customizing by changing the colors of your shoe, but sometimes you're not artistic in that way. So what you could do is something simple like change the color of the laces in your shoe. There are a ton of companies out there that make laces specifically for the sneakerhead crowd. They have characters on them. It's kind of like the sock thing where you can get them in all different colors, but you can do whatever you want. You can get flat laces, you can get round laces, you can get really bright colored laces. A lot of people just do these lace swaps where they take the shoes that they have and instead of getting a new pair of shoes, they swap out the laces that are in there, and it really gives them new life. If you want to look for something that you can get them to kind of help them change up their style or change up their shoes, maybe look for shoelaces. Now, if you have a sneakerhead that travels a lot, hold on. If you have a sneakerhead that travels a lot, there's this really cool bag that I think you should get them. They're there. It's by a company, it's by a company called Private Label, and they make these really cool bags. Sorry, this doesn't belong in here. This doesn't belong in here either. But they have these bags, and they're kind of like travel bags or day bags, aka sneaker bags. So this is a customized one that I got from Adidas for the Adidas for LA. But you see here it has a little private label. Basically, they just made a custom of the private label bag, and they're really, really nice bags. I mean, they're made really, really well, and they have a lot of space inside of them. See here, it says Adidas Speed Project and then private label there. And they're really nice bag, and they come with these dividers, and you can put these dividers in them to break up your shoes. So maybe you put a divider in, and so maybe you put a pair of shoes down here, and then you have all your clothes up here, or you have all your shoes up here and your clothes down here, and it kind of separates them. Say your shoes get dirty or whatever, you can keep them down here, or however you want to do it. But it's basically a really nice day bag. It's by this company called Private Label. I'll put a link down in the description so you can check it out. Private Label bag for the Christmas list. Okay, the next thing on the list is actually something that I want, but I don't have. It's something that I've been really wanting to do, but I haven't done yet. And it is the sneaker kit by Shoe Surgeon. Shoe Surgeon does these incredible customizations where he literally takes the shoe apart and puts it back together with different materials, whether that's snake skin, better leather, pig skin, reptile, whatever kind of material really that you want. So what he's doing is he's selling a kit that has a group of tools that will allow you to do the exact same thing. You can take your shoe apart and rebuild it with the tools that he's given you, and it's really, really dope. If you have a sneakerhead in your life that's into really taking their shoes apart and really wants to make their own custom look for a sneaker, this is a no-brainer. Go ahead and cop that. It's on the Shoe Surgeon site. Again, I'll put a link to it down in the description. I just think it's really dope and something that you should check out. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Now, for this one, I think there's a very particular kind of sneakerhead that's for this one, and this is a sneaker book. It's called Out of the Box. It's the rise of sneaker culture. And I think this is for something that has a real genuine, deep love for sneakers. It has basically a history of sneakers. The Onitsuka Tiger, which started Nike. Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman were selling Onitsuka Tiger shoes before they started with Nike. They had a shoe called the Cortez. Nike had a shoe called the Cortez, and it's been history from there. There's just a ton of stuff in here. So this is a really good book to have, even if you just put it on the coffee table, if you put it on the bookshelf, or if you just wanted to sit back in one of your videos and make you seem like you're super educated, kind of like I do. Definitely recommend it. Very, very good books. If you have a nerdy sneakerhead, I guess, I don't know, just check out the book. It's a good book. I think it's a good gift for someone that's into sneakers. Full disclosure here, I am a global brand ambassador for this one, but I would still recommend it regardless. So this is the Force Field Shoe Care Kit. So this is the Force Field Shoe Care Kit. It is literally scientifically the best cleaner and protector on the market. They've had scientists check that out, and this is literally the best. And then there's also this, which is the shoe crease preventer, and I'll talk about both of these. So first one, this comes with a cleaner, it comes with a protector, it comes with the two brushes, and it comes with a cloth to clean your shoes. I definitely recommend this. This is what I personally use to clean my shoes, and you see how many shoes I have, and this is what I used exclusively. And then this is the crease preventer. Now, if you don't want your shoes to crease, I personally don't mind my shoes creasing, so it's not as big of a deal for me. But if you're one of the people or the person that you're buying this for doesn't like their shoes to crease, get them some of these. It's the crease preventer. You put these into the front of your shoe at the toe bots, and it helps prevent the creasing. Obviously, if you wear Air Jordan 1s, if you wear Air Force 1s, or you wear Air Jordan 3s, any basically leather sort of shoe that's going to crease at the toe, you put these in there and it helps prevent the creasing. It doesn't stop the creasing, but it helps prevent it and prolong your shoes. So there's that. Final bonus one, that was 10, I think, but I have a bonus one. So I hooked up with the people over at Stadium Goods. I told them I was gonna make a video giving people an idea of Christmas gifts that they could get sneakerheads that's not sneakers. But if you are insistent and you want to get someone some sneakers, especially on the resale market, you should definitely try out Stadium Goods. They hooked me up with a 10% coupon that I'm going to give to you guys. It's SG Cousteau, so use the code SGKUSTOO for Stadium Goods and you'll get 10% off. That code is only going to work through the 14th, which is, I believe, this Friday. So you have to use that code by this Friday, SGKUSTOO, and that's from Stadium Goods. So I think that's going to do it. That's my ideas for Christmas items for the sneakerhead that are not sneakers, unless you use the code to get them sneakers off of Stadium Goods. And you should also do any of this stuff at least by Thursday, Friday at the latest, to make sure you get the stuff by Christmas. Anyway, I'm Jacques Slade. As always, guys, I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. As always, guys, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, favorite. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really like this video, go ahead and turn on those notifications. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.